The Boston Celtics stole Mitchell Robinson away in free agency, but the New York Knicks just found an absolute bargain to fill the void. Leon Rose and the front office acted swiftly to secure veteran center Andre Drummond on a cheap contract. They brought him in on a one-year deal worth just $3.9 million. That is roughly $43 million less than what it would have cost to keep Robinson in Manhattan. Losing a homegrown defender like Mitchell Robinson to a fierce division rival was a painful blow for the fan base. Robinson was an elite defensive anchor and one of the best offensive rebounders in the entire association. His departure left a massive physical hole in the front court rotation behind Karl Anthony Towns. Yet the arrival of Andre Drummond changes the entire outlook of this team during their upcoming title defense. Recent predictions suggest that Drummond could produce staggering numbers if given consistent floor time. Analyst Zach Buckley recently predicted that Drummond will post a per 36-minute line of 15 points and 15 rebounds. To put that projection into proper context, we need to look back at Robinson's final season in New York. Robinson finished 8th in the voting for 6th Man of the Year during that incredible campaign. His per 36-minute averages during that year sat at 10.4 points and 16.1 rebounds. Those were easily the best productivity numbers of Robinson's professional career in that specific category. If Drummond matches that prediction, he will actually exceed the peak productivity of his predecessor. Skeptics might wonder if a veteran journeyman can truly replicate those elite rebounding numbers today. However, Drummond has a long history of filling stat sheets whenever he gets consistent minutes. He has already averaged 15 points and 15 rebounds per game 3 separate times in his career. Granted, those elite stat lines came during his younger days in the association. The fundamental fact remains that if he did it then, he can approach those numbers again in limited minutes. Even this past season, Drummond served as the primary understudy to Joel Embiid with the Philadelphia 76ers. During that stint, he proved to be highly impactful in his paint dweller role. He managed to average 11.8 points and 15.6 boards per 36 minutes in Philadelphia. He also pulled down 3.2 offensive rebounds per game for the Sixers. That mark was just one shy of Robinson League best mark of 4.2 offensive boards. This continuity in offensive rebounding shows that his nose for the ball has not faded with age. While Drummond's shot swatting and general perimeter defense fall short of Robinson's elite standards, his sheer dominance on the glass provides an entirely different kind of value. That rebounding expertise could easily prove to be enough to make New York almost forget about their former center. Let us examine why offensive rebounding is so crucial for the offensive philosophy of this Knicks team. When a team attacks the basket aggressively, missed shots happen frequently in traffic. Having a center who can clean up those misses creates extra possessions out of nothing. Extra possessions translate directly into demoralizing second chance points for the opponent. Opposing defenses spend 24 seconds locking down the primary action, only to surrender an easy putback. That kind of physical labor wears down opposing front lines over the course of a grueling 4-quarter game. Over an 82-game regular season, that physical grinding accumulates massive advantages. Drummond specializes in this exact style of dirty work. He carves out space using his massive frame and tracks missed shots with uncanny anticipation. When Karl Anthony Towns rests on the bench, the offense does not have to stall out. Drummond can come in and immediately apply relentless pressure on the offensive glass. Of course, we must also address the defensive side of the basketball court. Mitchell Robinson was a legitimate Defensive Player of the Year candidate when healthy. His ability to erase mistakes at the rim allowed perimeter defenders to gamble aggressively. Drummond does not offer that same level of elite vertical rim protection. He is more of a positional defender who relies on size rather than explosive leaping ability. This difference means head coach Mike Brown will need to adjust defensive coverages slightly. The Knicks boast elite perimeter defenders like Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. Their ability to contain penetration will limit the number of clean drives opponents get at the rim. If the perimeter players keep opponents in front of them, Drummond will not be forced into impossible isolation spots. Instead, he can anchor the paint, absorb contact, and secure defensive rebounds cleanly. Team defense is always a collective system rather than the responsibility of a single player. The coaching staff understands how to maximize veteran players by putting them in positions to succeed. Looking at the broader financial landscape, this signing is an absolute masterclass by Leon Rose, paying massive salaries to top-tier stars under the new collective bargaining agreement. is risky. The second apron imposes brutal penalties on teams that exceed spending thresholds. Losing Robinson to Boston hurt emotionally, but saving $43 million in cap flexibility is huge. That financial breathing room allows the front office to pursue other roster improvements down the road. Instead of being locked into an expensive long-term deal with one injury-prone center, they pivoted smartly. They grabbed a proven double-double machine on a short-term commitment. This flexibility is what separates sustainable modern franchises from teams that mortgage their future. Now let us explore a hypothetical scenario for the upcoming season. Imagine a crucial game in January against a physical Eastern Conference rival. Karl Anthony Towns picks up 2 quick fouls in the opening quarter and must retreat to the bench. In past years, fan anxiety would skyrocket at the thought of losing interior presence. This year, Andre Drummond steps onto the court without missing a beat. He immediately sets a bruising screen, rolls hard to the rim, and slams home an offensive rebound. The crowd at Madison Square Garden erupts in approval. The momentum of the game stays entirely with New York. That kind of seamless transition is invaluable during the dog days of the winter schedule. Superstars need rest, and reliable backups prevent leads from evaporating in minutes. Another important angle to consider is the locker room culture and veteran leadership. Drummond has played for multiple franchises and understands the pressures of playing in big markets. He knows how to accept a specific role behind an established superstar. His experience playing alongside elite talents proves he can put his ego aside and contribute. He will not demand touches or disrupt the offensive hierarchy established by Jalen Brunson. Instead, he will embrace the dirty work and mentor younger players on the roster. Veterans who understand their station bring a calming presence to a locker room, chasing a repeat title. The target on the back of the Knicks is bigger than ever this season. Every opponent will bring their absolute best effort when stepping into Madison Square Garden. Defending a championship requires mental toughness and resilience through inevitable adversity. Roster depth acts as the ultimate insurance policy against the wear and tear of a long season. If injuries strike or fatigue sets in, having a veteran of Drummond caliber is a massive luxury. Critics will still point out the nostalgic attachment to Mitchell Robinson. Fans grow fond of players who bleed for the jersey through years of playoff battles. Seeing Robinson wear a Boston Celtics uniform will take time for faithful supporters to accept. Sports are ultimately a business driven by cold calculations and salary cap realities. The games begin and the basketball tips off in October. Winning cures all emotional wounds. If Andre Drummond is gobbling up 15 rebounds a night and helping secure victories, the past fades fast. Madison Square Garden cares about one thing above all else, and that is raising championship banners. Leon Rose made a calculated gamble to keep the championship machine rolling forward. The financial savings combined with elite rebounding production create a winning formula. Drummond is stepping into a role where he can shine without carrying the weight of the world. He has all the motivation in the world to prove he belongs on a championship caliber roster. The stage is set for a fascinating chapter in New York basketball history. The transition from one era of big men to the next is happening right before our eyes. Whether this prediction of 15 and 15 becomes reality remains to be seen. The sheer possibility of that production proves how dangerous this Knicks team remains. Opposing coaches around the league are already losing sleep, trying to game plan for New York depth. The quest for back-to-back titles is officially underway in Manhattan. Andre Drummond is ready to embrace the challenge and conquer the Big Apple. Leave your thoughts in the comments below on whether Drummond can truly replace Robinson.